actually worked this time. Jesus fucking Christ. I swear to God. Is it actually working now? Yay, it's up and actually working. Kind of. All right. Well, I'm a little behind. I'm going to go ahead and hit play. I paused it because I ran into fucking technical issues. I have to stream through a browser on my phone. It's not fun. So I ran into some issues. I'm a few minutes behind. Like a couple of the past ones, I'll fast forward at the half, catch up to live. Let's go ahead and get this started. I think I'm probably about 5 to 10 minutes behind. Game just kicked off on mine. So I'm probably a few minutes behind where you're at this point. And honestly, I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fast forward a few minutes. I'm going to pause it, make sure they didn't score, and then I'll just do this a few times. Yeah, man, I'm like 10 fucking minutes behind. All right, I'm going to leave it here. I'm at the 4-minute, 16-second mark. So I'm probably still 5 minutes behind. Now, if there's like any egregious fouls or anything like that, some downtime, then I'll go ahead and I'll fast forward a little bit through that. Right now, I've got Monterrey. They're on the push right now. Nashville's looking a little bit janky. They're looking a little bit tense right now. And Jagelbird has been pretty good over the past few games, but so far in the past like little bit I've seen, he hasn't been too hot. A lot of pressure on this ball right now. Ref's letting a lot of stuff go. Monterrey for the shot, and it goes out to the right. All right, so it's a goal kick. I'm going to fast forward a minute or two. All right, there we go. We're going to catch back up. I swear we're going to catch back up. All right, at the 5.5-minute mark, ball goes out for a throw-in for Nashville on the Monterrey side of the pitch. Technology is supposed to make things easier, and it does in a lot of ways. The fact I can do this video is pretty freaking insane, but it also makes things so much more difficult and frustrating. Nashville tries to send a pass over the top, and it goes out for a goal kick. So again, I'm going to fast forward a little bit. All right, so I'm almost caught up because I'm fast forwarding through a bunch of this stuff. From what I've seen, Monterrey absolutely look to be on the front foot right now. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put it up to live. And if somebody scored, they scored. But they didn't. Oh! Oh! What a goal! What a goal! I put it to live, and as soon as I hit play, fucking Mukhtar from Nashville with a banger into that far right corner of the fucking net. What a bend on that. Absolute class finish there from Mukhtar. He needed it. He's been in a little bit of rough finishing form recently, but what a goal there from Mukhtar. Now, personally, I would really like to have Monterrey win this game. I would really like to have a Liga MX team in the final against Miami. I think that would be fantastic. But if Nashville win this, they deserve to win it. They've had a really good tournament. And what a perfect shot there from Mukhtar. Just out of the grasp, just out of the fingertip grasp of the keeper. Nothing the keeper could do about that. Absolute perfect English. And Mukhtar with a killer finish right there to take Nashville up 1-0 at the 12th minute mark. Just absolutely fantastic finish there. Fantastic finish there. It looks like they're reviewing it for something. So are they reviewing for offsides or something? If he's offsides, that's going to be disappointing because that was a great finish. Yeah, I guess they're saying interference potentially on the keeper. I don't think so. I don't think so. The keeper had it read the entire way. He was going for the save the entire time, over to the left. I don't think that was interference, but it looks like they're going to call it back. That did not look like interference to me. I understand if they call it But for me, that player didn't have any impact on this run of play. That keeper was going to the left of the net the entire time. He read that ball the entire time. There's no real, in my opinion, interference there from the player. I wouldn't call it, but who knows what they're going to call on this one. Who knows what they're going to call on this one. I don't think, I think the keeper's affected by that. The entire way the keeper is going, he's diving. He's committed the entire way. It does not look at all like he was impacted by the player offsides. Now, again, I would not be surprised if they call this, because I do think that MLS and Liga MX both want a Liga MX team in this final, as do I. But I don't think this is I don't think this should be called as an offsides. I don't think this should be called as an offsides. The ref is watching this a number of times, and he's not changing anything. He's just watching it on repeat, and there's nothing changing about it. I don't think that this is at all offsides. For me, it's got to be clear and obvious. If he's looking at this thing literally 25 times on repeat, then it can't be clear and obvious, in my opinion. I'm not surprised. Can't say that I'm surprised they called that, but that's not the right call there. I really don't think that's the right call. That's a really bad call there from the ref. There was no impact on the play. The entire time the keeper is committed to diving. It is what it is. I think it's a wrong call. But I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of those calls that potentially go Monterrey's way this match. Oh man, Shackelberg's already he's having to be subbed out already. That's not good. Shackelberg has been an absolute beast for Nashville, and honestly, he looked really good in the Gold Cup over the summer for Canada. His bombing up the left-hand side and scoring against the U.S. was an amazing goal. It's not good that he's out. And I think that Monterrey just got very, very lucky on that call. They got very lucky on that call. I want to see Monterrey win this, but I want to see them win it the right way. I don't want to see them win it based on shitty calls like that one. All right, Nashville trying to get Mukhtar to go break free again. He's not quite able to do it. What a shame. What a shame. I feel like the chick from Game of Thrones that became Rebecca Ferguson on Ted Lasso. Shame. 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 Oh, given away there by Monterrey. Nashville on the break here. You got 3 against 3, but Monterrey catching back up. Mukhtar tries to get it. Oh, that looked like a weak full right there from Mukhtar. I'm glad the ref didn't call a penalty on that one. That looked a little bit weak in my opinion there. I don't think that was a penalty at all. He went down pretty easy on that one. Man, it's crazy. I go all the way to live, and as soon as I hit play, it's literally right when Mukhtar makes contact with that ball. So what? Wow. All right, Monterrey trying to get a cross in to switch the run of play to the other side of the field. They almost do, but it goes out for a goal kick there. Yeah, that's definitely not a foul there. Or a penalty, rather, there against Mukhtar. So, yeah, I'm glad the ref didn't call that one. It did not look like a penalty there. All right, Nashville getting some more space on the right-hand side. Got Mukhtar in center. All right, Nashville trying to get a cross in. Back over to Mukhtar. Oh, pass is just a little bit heavy into the box. And now Monterrey's trying to get a quick release here, and they got a 2 against 2, thanks to great distribution there from the keeper. What are they going to do here? They're moving slowly. Monterrey shots, and it's blocked by the Nashville keeper. Great stop there from the Nashville keeper. Yeah, very, very good stop there from the keeper. I think that Monterrey missed the opportunity there. They had, I think it's number 27. I don't know his name, but he was ready for a light little pass. He had a great run. They pulled it back a little bit. I think he would have been the better option on that one. And a short corner for Monterrey. Outside the box, crossed in. Nashville heads it out. Right back over to Monterrey, though. Monterrey trying to set back up again. Now Monterrey is going all the way back, halfway to their goal, to kind of reset this up. I think Monterrey got very, very lucky, though. Monterrey got very lucky on that. Monterrey crosses to the other side of the pitch. Into the middle. They tried to do a little cheeky 1-2 give and go, but it doesn't quite work out and goes out for a Monterrey throw. Monterrey's definitely got some urgency here. They're putting these throws in quickly. Really trying to progress the ball forward. They don't look like they want to waste many opportunities here. Monterrey, you can see by the way they're playing, they definitely want this. And so does Nashville. Nashville's playing really well as well. But Monterrey's got the ball in the box. They cross it in. Nashville does well to kind of block it out. And now it's out to Mukhtar. Can Nashville do a break here? Numbers aren't in Nashville's favor. Monterrey does a really, really good job of pulling back and slowing down that counterattack right there. This is gonna be a gunfight here. We're about 21 and a half minutes into the game. I didn't see a starting lineup, but I'm not seeing Walker Zimmerman out there, which is interesting because he's one of the better defensive players in the MLS. So that's interesting if he's not out there. Maybe I'm just missing him, but I didn't see him out there. Usually you can see his Thor haircut, but doesn't look like he's out there. Mukhtar's got the ball now. Really good steal right there. And he doesn't have a lot of help. But he does draw the foul just outside of the Monterrey box. So really good position here for a free kick for Nashville. I just showed a replay again of the Mukhtar goal. That is such a shitty call. Absolutely shitty call. And I want Monterrey to win this game. I want them to win this game because I want to see a Liga MX MLS final. But that was such a bad call. Mukhtar earned that goal with his awesome shot. All right, so here we go. He's about to put the free kick into play. Okay, Zimmerman is on the field. I just didn't see his Thor haircut there. All right, Mukhtar's getting ready to put the ball into play. As soon as the ref is done yelling at other players. All right, Mukhtar moving in. He puts the ball in. Great movement. Oh, man. They were attacking the far post, and it just misses the opposite side of the net. He was coming in from the far post, and he just right across the face of net or face of goal, and just Oh, man, you got to put that on frame. Oh, anywhere on frame. Anywhere on frame, and that was a goal for Nashville. And that's the same dude that just got called for offsides to pull back Mukhtar's goal. That's rough, man. You had that. Anywhere on frame, that's a goal. Great placement, though. Great placement on that free kick from Mukhtar. Absolutely perfect place to put it on that far corner of the box. Just that last touch, man. It was rough. It almost looked like he was trying to cross it with the way that it came back across the face of net. But Monterrey's moving up the left-hand side with a lot of space, crossed in. Nobody's there, and it goes out, though, for a Monterrey corner. Monterrey, in my opinion, have looked better in build-up, but overall, Nashville have looked a little bit more threatening. Again, I missed the first 10 minutes of this. I had to fast forward it through it because of fucking YouTube technical difficulties. But from what I've seen, Nashville looked generally more threatening, but Monterrey have had some really good build-up play. Monterrey put it into the box, the far post. Nashville's able to clear it. And I'm not a fan of all of these short corners that a lot of the Liga MX teams seem to be taking. This one, it worked out okay. They were able to get into the box, but a lot of these short corners they've been taking, they've been able to do pretty much nothing with them. For a lot of these short corners, they get the ball in play, and they never really end up getting the ball in the box. I think that's been a very big detriment to a lot of the Nashville or a lot of the Liga MX teams in this tournament so far. Maybe not a big detriment, but I think it has had a part to play. Right, Monterrey slowing things down with their back line right now. Now they send it forward at the left-hand side. Good pass into the center of the box or center of the field. Monterrey keep it. Back to the center of the pitch. Over to the left side. Far side. Good 1-2 combination out to the right side of the pitch for Monterrey. They're still maintaining possession, but they're not able to really do much with it at this point. They do get the ball back in the box. He plays advantage. There was a foul just outside the 18 box, but they played advantage because he was able to make a shot on goal. But it was blocked by the defense, by Nashville. It was a good option from the ref there to play advantage. They had a good opportunity there. The guy got a shot off, just blocked by Nashville. So Monterrey moving forward again. Good movement in the box. Oh, coming on the right side of the pitch. Shot it across the face of goal and just barely missed that. Now that was definitely some threatening movement, some really good consistent pressure here from Monterrey. This has been a solid game so far. Two very evenly matched teams. I think both of them have had some questions in the back. But both teams have had some really good moments. Oh, that went off the crossbar. They just showed the replay on that. I had no idea that went off the crossbar. I didn't see that. So yeah, that was even closer than I thought it was. Shit, I think both teams have gotten lucky now. Nashville got lucky with the offsides call that wasn't really offsides because it didn't impact the play. And then Nashville just got lucky there because that shot should have gone in goal. That should have gone in. But off the crossbar. Monterrey got the ball back. They're moving forward again. They're on a good break here. You got 4 against 5. Monterrey in the box. Handball. That looks like a handball for Nashville. Ref waved it off, though. That looked like a handball there from Nashville in the box. I would not be surprised if this ball goes out and they review that play. Now got the ball back. Not for long. Now Monterrey has the ball. Hey, that looked like a handball. I think Nashville is going to get off lucky if that's not called a penalty. His arm was not in a natural position, and it deflected the ball. So I'm surprised the ref did not call that as a handball. Monterrey still holding on to possession. They're doing really, really well right now with their passes, connecting, creative, really good consistency. Most of the time, they've had some good strength on these passes. All right, they're showing the replay of the handball now. No, it is right by his side. They did re-show it. His arms are by his side, so I don't think that's a handball. Yeah, I don't think that's a handball. Ref waved it off. Not a handball. I think both teams have gotten pretty lucky in a few instances so far. This score line could easily be 1-1, 2-1, 2-2. This is going to be an exciting second half, especially with how Leagues Cup has gone so far, man. You can almost feel that the second half for this is going to be ape shit. All right, we're at 30 minutes, 10 seconds into the game. Again, Nashville's doing pretty well at maintaining some possession now that they've got it. Monterrey is pushing up forward. They're not giving a lot of space to Nashville and Nashville's side of the pitch. Monterrey wants this. I think Monterrey knows that they're fighting for an entire league right now, and not just an entire league, but really kind of an entire country at this point. Oh, good move there from number 7 for Nashville. I'm not sure his name. Oh, but his pass in the box gets blocked out. Now a foul there from Monterrey, and it's a free kick for Nashville. What is his name? Number 7. He's been very, very important since he's come on for Shackelberg. I have no idea what his name is. No idea what his name is, but he's played really well since he's come on. He's had some really good movement, some good ball control. He wins the foul there. I know it's a 4-letter name, but I don't know what his name is. All right, looks like Mukhtar's going to take this free kick here. I still think Mukhtar got robbed. I still think he got robbed from that goal, but we'll see if he's able to come back and score something else. All right, what are you? Come on, Nashville, put it into play. All right, they did a short pass, then cross into the box, and it goes straight to the keeper there for Monterrey. Monterrey is now trying to do a quick release here to see if they can get anything. But, well, they almost didn't, but then Nashville gave it right back to Monterrey, and then Nashville won it right back. Jeez, man. This is definitely a dogfight tonight. This is absolutely a dogfight. You can tell both teams want this, and they are very evenly matched from what we've seen so far. This is going to be a fuck of a second half. Monterrey steals the ball off of Nashville in midfield. Some space here for Monterrey, but Nashville closes it down pretty quickly. And Nashville pushes them back, actually. I think it's Godoy that pushes Nashville back all the way back into their half of the pitch. Now Monterrey pushing forward again. Tons of space. Nobody's putting any pressure on this guy. And he's just like, you know what? I'm going to keep moving forward. He moves forward like an extra 20 yards, but nobody even coming close to him. No pressure at all from Nashville. Monterrey pull it back, kind of reset a little bit. Monterrey still being patient with their build-up here. Monterrey definitely looked pretty good tonight. They've looked pretty good tonight. They're lucky not to be down by 1, but Nashville's also lucky not to be down by 1 as well. Monterrey's definitely been a lot more consistent with their possession right now, with their ball control, their passes. Nashville, Godoy, he ends up getting the ball back for him. Back to Nashville's back line. Being very patient, trying to send it forward for Mukhtar. But they got to build it up a little bit. You can't just continuously just send balls forward on a 1-against-3 and hope to God that there's some clearness there and there's some space. You got to build it up a little bit, I feel like, in this game. I don't think that at the 35th minute mark, really focusing on counters is the right game plan for either of these teams. They're too evenly matched. I don't think that necessarily looking at that kind of a counter is the right way to go, especially with Monterrey still having a few people back on their back line and really just Mukhtar pushing forward for Nashville on those instances. But I'm not a coach, so what the fuck do I know? Monterrey, though, absolutely doing really well right now with this ball control and holding on to possession, passing back and forth, trying to spread out the Nashville defense, trying to create some space there. But Nashville is holding their shape really well. Nashville's doing a good job at making sure that they aren't allowing a lot of space for Monterrey. Nashville win it back, and now Mukhtar has a little bit of space. Numbers are even, 4-against-4. Mukhtar gets around his defenseman, but it gets slide tackled out for a corner kick for Nashville. Good movement there from Mukhtar on that one. Yeah, really good movement there from Mukhtar. And it goes out for a corner. Very good. Good defense, though. Very good defense. He didn't have a lot of room there for that tackle, but he was able to get it in there and cleanly. So very, very good timing there from Monterrey. Even if their jerseys are absolutely hideous with all those fucking sponsors all over them. All right, so we got a corner here for Nashville. I do think Nashville deserves one just based on the fact that the offsides wasn't offsides. Corner comes in. Good placement. The keeper sends it out, though, with a nice little punch. Falls to Mukhtar. Oh, some space there for Nashville, and just that shot just let him down. Again, number 7, I don't know what his name is, but that shot just absolutely let him down. It's almost like he scuffed the ground a little bit. Fafa. Fafa. That's his name. Fafa. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right or wrong, but F-A-F-A. We're going to call him Fafa because it's fun to say. Yeah, the shot just let him down. He just didn't get a lot of strength on it. Yeah, just pretty predictable there. I don't know what did the goalkeeper do to hurt himself? I don't know why the goalkeeper was screaming in pain. It didn't seem like anything happened there, but gamesmanship. Yippee! Fuck gamesmanship. Yay for sportsmanship, not gamesmanship. Now Monterrey's got the ball. It had an opportunity there, but it passes behind number 14, so we had to slow it down on the close side of the pitch, the right side. Now they switch it over to the far side, the left side of the pitch. And now Monterrey is back to just kind of passing around, trying to spread out that Nashville defense, trying to get a little bit of space to work through. And they literally stop and stand there for 5 seconds. You know that's bad when a player is able to stop in the middle of the field and just kind of stand there for 5 seconds. Put some pressure on the ball. All right, Monterrey get the ball from Nashville in Nashville's side of the pitch. Monterrey still doing well to build up. They switch over to this close side, this right side of the pitch. Cross comes in. Nashville again, they get a foot in there to clear it out. And now Nashville could be on the run. Oh, Mukhtar had a shit ton of space, but Monterrey did just enough to close down that pass and make sure it wasn't possible. Nashville again, they turn. They got a lot of space on the right-hand side right now with an overlapping run. They cross into the box. Monterrey is able to get it out pretty easily. Need a little bit more finesse on that last touch or on that pass into the box. A little bit more finesse on those. Nashville pulling it back again, trying to reset. Over to the right-hand side. And again, they got a decent amount of space. Nobody's pressuring them for Monterrey. Gets sent over to Mukhtar. Oh, Mukhtar almost hits the goal. Keeper falls into the back of the net. Oh, and it's shot again by Buffalo. But again, the strength just isn't there. Mukhtar. Oh, that is twice, Mukhtar, that you have been unlucky, my man. Great header, great space. Keeper does just enough and falls into the back of his net. The rebound just wasn't there for Nashville. Hats off to Monterrey for being able to withstand that double pressure right there. Shot and then a shot. Great job from Monterrey to withstand that. Very, very good run of play from Nashville as well. Man, this second half is going to be insane. You can just feel it. With the way that every other Leagues Cup game has been, this second half is going to be nuts. I really think we're looking at 2 or 3 goals potentially for either side in the second half based on what we're seeing right now. All right, Nashville wins the ball back from Monterrey and Nashville's side of the pitch. They're pushing forward again. Got a little bit of space. Great pass from Mook, but just a little bit heavy. Monterrey keeper comes off his line, sends it forward. Monterrey is able to come forward. That was very, very close there from Walker Zimmerman from being a foul right outside the Monterrey box. Now Walker Zimmerman's getting lucky. And now Nashville's pushing. My God, this game is opening up. This game is absolutely end to end at this point. Nashville putting some pressure on again. Mukhtar some space on the right-hand side this time. He gets the cross in. Monterrey sends it out, though, pretty easily. And it goes out for a Nashville throw-in. I like that fact that Mukhtar is making his way around the field. He's being very open with his movements. He's exploring the entire field. He's not being suckered into one area of the field. And now it looks like they are reviewing. I wonder if they are reviewing Zimmerman's foul. Oh. I feel like they're about to make a call against Nashville. Okay, I guess it's play on. I don't know what the hell they were looking at. I guess maybe the Zimmerman foul. I have no idea. Long throw in, right into the box. Zimmerman! Oh, Zimmerman just wide of the post, and it goes out for a Monterrey goal kick. Zimmerman with some good contact on it, but just not enough of some direction to it. Monterrey did just enough from keeping him from being able to steer it into goal. They did just enough that he couldn't get that full solid contact on it to send it into the back of the net. What a first half. Yeah, it's 0-0, but it's been exciting 0-0. All right, Nashville got control again. Their side of the pitch, they're kind of building out of the back right now, pushing forward up that right-hand side again. They've had a lot of good joy on that right-hand side tonight. Honestly, on both of the wings tonight, to be honest. And then Monterrey seemed to have done a lot better kind of in the more of the middle of the pitch. Godoy up to Fafa. Play on. Good pass up into Monterrey's box. Over to Godoy, but it gets intercepted by Monterrey. I guess it was offsides. Some good movement. Good thought there. Good creativity. Both teams are looking really solid tonight. The thing is, though, is I don't know if either of these teams can silence Miami at this point. Miami have just a number of players that are stepping up and scoring goals and stepping up in defense, and I just don't know if either Monterrey or Nashville can silence Miami at this point. Now Monterrey pushing forward. Some good movement there. Some good space on the right-hand side for Monterrey. Crossed into the box. Good defense there from Monterrey or from Nashville right when they needed it. And they're going to call a foul on Nashville for that? That is some bullshit there against Fafa. That is some bullshit against Fafa. Absolute bullshit. I did not see any contact there with the face of the Monterrey player. And yet the Monterrey player is down on the ground, grabbing his face, screaming and crying. It's like a tap. So he made a little bit of contact, but a yellow card? Ridiculous, man. Absolutely ridiculous. I don't think that's a yellow card. I don't care what you say, Mr. Commentator. That was not a yellow card. Fafa. Okay, so it's Fafa. All right, we're into stoppage time of the first half. We got 3 minutes of stoppage time, and we're about a minute into it. Yeah, the game in Miami, great refereeing. Absolutely fantastic refereeing. Some of the better refereeing in this League's Cup, in my opinion. So far, from what we've seen in this game, we are right back to absolute fucking garbage refereeing. Absolute garbage referee. I have a feeling. All right, well, Monterrey crossed into the box. Nashville pops it up. Zimmerman's able to push it out of the box at least, and then Nashville send it forward. So this second half is going to be really exciting. But I think that we are going to see the referee play a big role in this second half. I think the referee is going to make a very controversial call at some point in the second half. Just based on what we've seen so far of this first half, I absolutely think we are going to see a controversial call tonight. I have a feeling it'll go Monterrey's way, but I think we're going to see a controversial call tonight. We've already seen some questionable calls for both teams. So I would not be surprised if this referee puts himself into this game. Throw in for Nashville here with about 40 seconds left or so in this first half. Overall, I think this has been a very evenly matched first half, but I do think that Monterrey has gotten very, very lucky with the fact that that goal by Mukhtar was called off for offsides. Zimmerman puts it in, but Monterrey's able to bring it down. Nashville takes it back. Godoy steals it back, goes over to Fafa. That's half. That's half. Monterrey, I think, got very lucky that goal by Mukhtar was called offsides, considering the player had no impact on what the keeper did. I think that Nashville has also gotten a little bit lucky as well. Monterrey have had some really great chances, some good combination play. They've been very patient, some good build-up. This second half is going to be nuts, man. I really think that the second half is going to be crazy. I don't I think honestly, one of the only games I've seen so far, like I've seen so far in this League's Cup that didn't have a really exciting second half was the game earlier today, the Miami Philadelphia game. Going into the second half, 3-0 wasn't going to be a lot of excitement, especially with Philly not necessarily looking that good tonight. This game is going to be something different. This game is going to be fucking fire. The second half. I'm excited. Oh, I'm excited. Oh man, I'm excited for it. It is half though. I am going to take a quick bathroom break, refill up my drink, and I will be right back. God, I can't wait for the second half. So yeah, I'm gonna put a little note in here for any random person that may hop in, and then I'll be back in about 5 minutes or so. All right, so I shall be right back, and then we'll be back on to watching the second half. It may take me a second longer. Turns out that there's a couple scorpions in my bathroom. So gonna deal with that for a minute, and then I'll be right back. Scorpions out here in Arizona are no fucking joke. So yeah, it may be a second. All right. Seriously? Fuck Scorpions. Fuck Scorpions, man. We've got I think they're called brown box scorpions here. Those things will kill you. And the smaller they are, the worse they are. And when you see small ones, usually you got an infestation of a shit ton of them because I guess they have like 24 babies at a time or something ridiculous like that. Luckily, these were small, but they're not babies. And just the beauties of living in Arizona. I think I've got 3 tarantulas living in my backyard. I just leave them there because they don't do anything. They just kind of hang out. They come out at night and they eat a lot of the bugs and stuff like that. So I don't bother the tarantulas. My dogs ignore them. They ignore my dogs. But walking into the bathroom and seeing 2 tarantulas or 2 scorpions on the ground, that's not fun at all. I'm just glad I saw them now instead of if I woke up at 2:00 in the morning and tried to go use the bathroom and then they were there. That's where the real issue comes into play. So it seems like my internet's doing better tonight. It looks like my internet's doing better tonight. The stream it doesn't look HD or anything, but it doesn't look jittery tonight. So whoopee! They're showing clips or highlights from the earlier game, the Philly-Miami game. And just absolutely great game there. I thought that was a really good turn up from Miami, especially because a lot of people were actually expecting Philly to win this game. But Martinez getting on the board at the 3rd minute, that absolutely sets the pace of the game. And then Messi's goal from like 30, 35 yards out, just absolute class. Nobody closes him down, and he's just got shit tons of space. He's able to see where the keeper's at, and he skips that thing along the pitch like it's a rock along like a smooth lake surface. And then that assist from Taylor to just break the back line to Jordi Alba, and then to have Jordi Alba get his first goal and see that pure joy on his face of just like pure excitement. Great to see. And then some of the young kids coming up, Ruiz coming in as a substitute and getting the goal late in the game to really just solidify it and kill any momentum that Philly had been building. Absolutely killer performance there. Absolutely killer performance there. Now, I will say this. I think somebody needs to redo Messi's back tattoo. That back tattoo is a mess, man. His tattoo on his shoulder blade in the back. I think it's like his grandma or something like that, because I know that she means a lot to him, and she's the reason why he plays soccer. But somebody needs to redo that. That's a pretty bad quality tattoo there for somebody who has as much money as him. He should be able to afford a top-notch tattoo. And as somebody who loves tattoos, like, if you got the money, you can pay for a really high quality tattoo. Somebody needs to redo that one for him. Oh man, I'm ready for the second half. Oh, I'm ready for the second half. I'm gonna go turn on the AC. It's getting toasty in here with this Arizona summer heat. So one sec.
Some things we can question. Scored 3 goals in 3 minutes. And then they 2 defenders.
This Leagues Cup, though, man, it has not been disappointing in any way, shape, or form. Coming into this cup, messy or not, I didn't expect much from this tournament, to be honest. I expected like the beginning stages of a Gold Cup tournament where there's 1 or 2 entertaining games. A lot of them are just kind of boring. There's not a lot of excitement. There's some quality, but there's not world-class quality. There's not these highlight reel filling plays. But almost every game of this Leagues Cup has been phenomenal. There's been a couple of games where, yeah, if I didn't sit through them, I wouldn't have missed anything. But I would say 90 to 95% of these games have been just phenomenal. They've been exciting. There's been a lot of good quality play from a lot of these teams. And just the general excitement has been fantastic. I know that there's definitely some improvements to be made with this tournament. I think that it would have benefited from having at least some games in Mexico instead of having all in the US. But overall, I thought this has been a great tournament. This has been an absolutely fantastic tournament. And it shows that even though a lot of the Liga MX teams are out of the cup, it's not like most of these teams were blown out. A lot of the teams that have been sent home in penalties. I got to go back and look after this game, but there has to be an extremely high proportion of games that have gone to penalties in this cup. It's been absolutely, I feel like, even for most of these games to where you go into the game and either of the teams could win. The quality has been great. There's been some extremely exciting moments. The Nashville Club America game, I think, will go down as one of the most insane games in the Western Hemisphere for probably the last, I don't know, decade. No, it's not the craziest, but it's absolutely in the conversation for top 10. With the way that the penalty worked out in the 89th minute, taking 4 or 5 minutes in order to even get the penalty kick off, and then having the stoppage time added on, then going into the penalties and all the drama surrounding that, people rushing the field. And this tournament, man, has just been absolutely fantastic. And so far, this game between Nashville and Monterrey, it's been exciting. It's a 0-0 draw right now. But both of these teams have been bringing the urgency. They've both been pushing forward. They've had some really good opportunities here. And this has been a great game already. And it continues to add on to this Leagues Cup. I don't know how this final is going to be, because I do think that Miami, other than Dallas, they've dominated. So I don't necessarily know if the final is going to be as exciting, but just in general, I'm very, very impressed with this tournament. I'm excited for this tournament. I hope we continue to have it. Next go around, I would love to see it, since this was entirely in the US. Next go around, it should be entirely in Mexico. And I would be excited to see the MLS teams go and have to play across Mexico and see them play in some of the, like, Azteca. To see a Leagues Cup game between an MLS team and a Liga MX team in Azteca would be absolutely insane. So I really, really hope that they take this tournament and they continue to build off of it. I hope next time they put it in Mexico, because, again, I think it's just going to add to the excitement of it. It's going to balance out this year with all the games in the US. So, yeah, I hope they continue to do this, because I've been very, very impressed with this tournament. And I think it helps too that it's got like one of the highest payouts that any tournament I think in CONCACAF has really ever had. It's like $45 million or something like that. So you win a game, you're winning money. It's not just a win, you're winning a sizable chunk of cash. And I think it's made a big difference for most of these teams. So it looks like we're about to start the second half. A couple of substitutes here. It looks like Nashville brought on Surridge and Monterrey brought in Jordi or Hordy. I don't know how to pronounce it with the Spanish accent, but I'll just Americanize it. We got Jordi coming on for Monterrey. So yeah, it looks like we're about to start the second half here. And man, I'm excited for the second half. If it's anything like the other second halves of this tournament, we are in for a fucking ride. All right, and we're off. Immediately, Nashville tried to send it forward to Surridge. Monterrey get the ball back, though. And it starts off right where it picks back up. They're pushing forward a little bit. You can see the urgency. Nashville is putting some pressure on the ball midfield. On the defense, have a little bit of space, but still pulling for Monterrey. Now that we're in the second half, both teams have had some opportunities. I don't feel so bad about the no call or about the wrong call offsides. So still pulling for Monterrey so we can see that Liga MX MLS final. I think it's the best possible outcome that we could see tonight, to be honest. Even as somebody who, it pains me to root for a Mexican team just because of the U.S. men's national team and Mexican national team rivalries. Nashville, some good movement in the box, and it goes out for a Monterrey corner, or it goes out for a Nashville corner kick here. Yeah, it pains me to root for a Mexican team, but I got to root for Monterrey tonight. I really want to see that Liga MX MLS final. And again, Surridge. I know Surridge is kind of like the hero right now for Nashville. And again, he was crucial on that play right there to win this corner kick for Nashville right out the gate. Mukhtar is about to send it in. And he does. It's the first Nashville player, and it goes out for a Monterrey goal kick. And McCarty is the one that sent it out. I don't know what it is about him. He looks like he's 20, but it also looks like he's 50 at the same time. It's strange. I don't get it. All right, Monterrey obviously being patient right now. Looking for some space for distribution from the keeper. Get it out to the corner. Monterrey's got it in midfield, and they push it forward on the left-hand side, this close side to the pitch. Back towards the center of the pitch, and then into midfield. Again, they're right back to being patient, kind of passing it back and forth, looking to spread the Nashville players, open up some space. And they do have some space on the far side of the box. They barely keep it into play. Resetting again at the top of the box. Good challenge from Nashville, but Monterrey retained possession here. Yeah, we're right back to kind of where we were for that second half, or for the first half. And again, more space on that right-hand side. Monterrey's got tons of space out there as Nashville kind of condensed into the center of the field. Monterrey crosses into the box, but it goes out for a corner kick. All right, so first corner for Monterrey of the second half. What can they do with it here? You got a bunch of kids for Nashville right by that corner, just all boo. Love to see the kids getting into this. Monterrey put it in for a corner, and it goes back out for another corner. I actually saw an interesting statistic, I think yesterday, that in the U.S., soccer has the youngest fan base with an average age of 30. I think it's NFL, I think, has the oldest at 57. Another corner in. Nashville headed to the outside of the box, but Monterrey retained possession. Nice little position there to try and create some space for a shot, but it goes out for a goal kick. But yeah, I think the average age for NFL, I think is what it was saying, is 57. The average age of a fan for MLS or soccer in the US is 30. That goes to show that in the next 10 to 20 years, the growth of this sport in this country is going to be insane. All right, Panico, the goalie for Nashville, taking his ever-loving time getting the ball back into play. Right as we cross 50 minutes. Surge kind of looked like he should have drawn the foul, but it goes the other direction. Of course it does. Now Monterrey is kind of pushing forward. Zimmerman steps up, intercepts the pass, and sets Mukhtar up pretty well. Some good space on the left-hand side for Surge, and we got Fafa and Mukhtar pushing forward in the center. Oh, almost found Mukhtar right at the penalty spot, but Monterrey is able to clear it out. Now Nashville's resetting with Nashville's got a number of men up in the box, but they pull it back to Zimmerman to reset at midfield. Moving forward from Mukhtar, he finds the ball. Fafa, Fafa again gets under the ball and it goes sky high. Shall we meet your space, please? My pit bull does not like it when I make like a ooh or a ah. He doesn't like those noises. Yeah. Oh, Fafa, you had it. You had it. Just got just a little bit too much under the ball. If he had just been a millisecond more patient, he potentially would have made great contact on that ball and it would have gone straight into the net. And he's just a little bit too impatient with that one, which is it's a shame. That's definitely a shame there. And Fafa again crossing in. Monterrey sent it out for a corner. So Nashville corner here. Let's see. Oh, I don't know what happened to my video feed. Hopefully it didn't fuck up for the one person watching. If you are the one person watching, you're my hero. Thank you so much. Seriously, thank you. All right, so Nashville getting ready to take this corner. Now Nashville has two targets in the box. Now they've got Zimmerman and they've got Surridge, both completely capable of getting a good header into the back of the box. You coming up, Space? You come up, I got to clear out space so Spatially can come up. Mukhtar sends it in. Oh, Monterrey keeper keeps it out. Oh, second chance. And the keeper from Monterrey still does a really good job. And now Monterrey is on the counter here. They have to pull it back, though. Good defense from Nashville to slow down that counterattack. My goodness gracious, and perfect timing for that save for Monterrey. They needed the keeper to come up big there, and he did. But Monterrey still have the ball right in Nashville's, right outside of Nashville's box. Crosses into the box. Zimmerman heads it out. Falls back to Monterrey, though. And as soon as, like, Zimmerman, he's absolutely fantastic in the MLS with cleaning up that box. He can be absolutely outpowered and outclassed when part of the national team, but in terms of the league, he does a great job of clearing out the box, at winning headers, at closing out free kick opportunities. Really good job there to clear up that opportunity there from Monterrey from Zimmerman. So good job from Zimmerman, but a letdown on that corner. Great save from the Monterrey keeper. Monterrey sent it forward again on the right-hand side. Nashville tried to slow it down to prevent anything. Nashville win the foul on that one. I think he went down a little bit easily. Let's see this replay. Yeah, they both went down a little bit easily. You can see them both straighten out their leg and just not even really try to keep going forward. So, and it looks like they're going to review this again as well for a penalty. So they're going to review this for a penalty as well, but I would not be surprised if they count this as a penalty. I want Monterrey to win this game, but I want them to win this the right way. I don't want this to be a fuck up by the ref that causes them to win this game. Already Nashville really should be 1 up. It's going to be interesting to see what they say about this. It may be a penalty. They may call this as a penalty. The Nashville defender, he does go to kick the ball right as the Monterrey player gets in front of him, and he does kick through that back leg. And with the way that the ref was looking at some of the calls in the first half, I would not be surprised if he says this is a penalty and gives the penalty to Monterrey. If Nashville had been given the proper call in the first half, I would absolutely want Monterrey to get this penalty here. Nashville wasn't given the correct call in the first half, though, so it's going to be a shame that Monterrey is going to get this call. Nashville were robbed in the first half, and they're about to be, I think, not necessarily robbed now because it is a penalty, but I think that they're going to get the short end of the stick on this one. Yeah, I think they're going to get the short end of the stick on this one. It would have been so much better if in the first half he'd called the proper call on the goal, which would have been a goal, not an offsides call. And now he's going to potentially call this as a penalty. It's a penalty. No, he didn't call the penalty. Awesome. All right. Right on you, ref. I think we're even now. He called back the goal from Nashville. That should have been a goal. I think he just negated the penalty here for Monterrey. That really should have been a penalty. I think now we are back on even ground. That is in my opinion, based on his first call in the first half, that is the proper call for this instance. And I 100% think that now we are on even ground. Whoever wins this game, they cannot scream the ref was bad. He evened out his, and now the teams are even. Whoever wins this game, they've won the game fair and square, in my opinion. Awesome job by the ref on that one. Penalty, 100%. But he pulled the goal back in the first half wrongly. So that's the momentum right now. They didn't get that call, but you can sense that they are feeling there is a goal for them soon. At least for me, watching them run up that right side, it looks like they know they have a goal in them. And yeah, I think they're feeling that now. And as soon as I say that, what do? They send it all the way back to their keeper to reset. But again, they get it right back over to that right-hand side, that far side of the pitch when you're watching on TV. And again, they've got so much joy up that right-hand side. Nashville does a good job on this one, though, and they do intercept it, but it doesn't last long. Right back over to Monterrey at midfield. And now Monterrey are pushing forward again. Zimmerman gets the ball back to Panico, which again, I think is an awful name for a keeper. Just with panic in there, you don't want a keeper who's always panico. Really bad. I know. All right, Nashville's retaining possession a little bit now. Even if it's just back and forth in the back, I think that's good for them. They need that at this moment. But Monterrey are pushing. They're putting some pressure on the ball. Good thought there from Mukhtar, trying to chip it over the back line for Surridge. Monterrey intercepted, and now they've got it on their back line, looking to reset and push forward. Just from the general run of play, I do think that Monterrey are going to get the winner in regular time for this. I do think they're going to get something here because that right side, they're back on it again. That far side of the pitch, just tons of space and tons of joy. That's where their scoring opportunity is going to come from. They're going to continue to hit that far side of the pitch, and they've got so much space over there, so much room. And they've got more pace than anybody else. They've got more pace on that side than Nashville players do. So I think this is going to be a Monterrey winner here sometime, probably in the next 10 minutes. They continue to push, and they're playing well. They've gotten some really good opportunities. They like to start on this close side, this left side of the pitch, and then make their way over to the right side, switch that run of play, spread out the Nashville players a little bit. And again, they get over to the right-hand side on the far side of the box. Great space. Monterrey shoots. Great defense there from Nashville to get a foot in the way and deflect it out. Now Nashville may be on the counter. Oh, good defense from Monterrey, stealing the ball back at midfield to prevent that counterattack from Nashville. And now Monterrey, they've got the ball again, pushing forward into Nashville's third of the pitch. Some good opportunities there for a counter. All right, sorry, Spacely. Oh, yeah, you get your downward-facing dog stretch in. Monterrey trying to reset a little bit now. They're resetting up here in midfield. I definitely think we've got a goal coming from Monterrey before the 75th minute. If they don't score by the 75th minute, I think that then it may go to penalties. But they've been pushing. They've had some really great opportunities. I would be surprised if they don't have something on the scoreboard by the 75th minute here. They're doing a really, really good job of maintaining a lot of this possession as they try to spread out the Nashville defense to try and create some of those passing lanes. And credit to Nashville, though. They've held their shape pretty well, even though their pace may not be as good as Monterrey. Cross into the box. Zimmerman heads it down, and that's a dangerous head down. That was Monterrey just outside the box. Shot from Monterrey, and that was a bad shot from Monterrey. From Jordy. Again, Americanizing it. From Jordy. Bad shot from Jordy. He had more time than I think he thought he had, and he just skied that. But again, most of these shot lanes and passing lanes, they've got a Nashville body in the way. So as dangerous as Monterrey has looked a lot of this game, Nashville have done pretty well holding strong with defense. I think the game could easily be 0-0 like it is, or it could easily be a 2-2 score right now. My pit bull is getting excited. He wants to play too. He's ripping apart his lamb chop stuffed animal. He's like killed it. So Monterrey gets the ball back at midfield. Now they're on a break on this close side, on this left side of the pitch. Reset outside, just outside the box. And again, so much space on the far side. By the time they get there, Nashville probably will close some of that space, but a lot of space over there. They get over there for a cross. Cuts it inside. He tries to shoot, but Fafa ends up blocking it, and now Nashville may be on the counter. Now Monterrey do a really good job of slowing that counter down. Yeah, my pit bull's getting all playful now. Back to Zimmerman. Now Nashville's pushing forward here on this on this right side of the pitch. Shaq Moore moving forward. He's got some good space here on this right side for Nashville. Crosses in, but he gets deflected out for a corner for Nashville. Good movement from Shaq Moore. He's kind of like Zimmerman, where he's one of those players who, on the U.S. men's national team, he may be a little bit out of his depths. But thank you, Spacely, for hitting the tripod and shaking the camera. But when it comes to playing in the domestic league, he's really good. He does a lot of really great stuff for the team. He's a great player within MLS. All right, we got Mukhtar about to take this corner here for Nashville. He puts it into the box, and Monterrey's first player is able to clear that out for a Nashville throw-in. He puts it in quickly over to Surridge, who's able to get a good back heel to Mukhtar. What can Mukhtar do with it? He crosses it into the box, but he goes straight to the Monterrey keeper. And the Monterrey keeper kind of does a fake slide. Thank you, Space. And he holds onto the ball to kind of slow things down and let his team reposition. Good opportunity there from Nashville. And again, good job from Surridge. He's played really well the past few games. And Mukhtar, who has not been in form for the league, has looked very good in this league's cup. Oh, position right now for Nashville. Shot from Surridge, and it's in from Surridge! And Nashville take the lead. Surridge again from Nashville, coming up big and getting them on the board. Nashville up 1-0. Great job there from Mukhtar to get that pass over to Surridge, and great job from Surridge. Calm, cool, collected, right over into the corner. Honestly, that's a mistake there from the keeper, in my opinion. Really not that great distribution. It does go off the head of a Monterrey player. It falls straight to Mukhtar. He turns, and it's 2-on-2. Gets it right over to Surridge, and Surridge closes it in for a 1-0 up score. Great. Did I lose internet now? My screen goes black. Fantastic.
Oh, it looks like it's still going, at least on the phone.
So if you're watching this, I'm sorry. I'm seeing just a black screen on my laptop, and that's how I'm kind of keeping track of all this. But great job from Surridge. Good job from Mukhtar as well to place it perfectly where Surridge would want it. Absolute great play there from Nashville. So Nashville deserved that one. We're just crossing over 68 minutes into the game. Monterrey have been absolutely on the front foot the second half. I 100% still expect them to have a goal by the 75th minute. So I 100% still expect this to be pulled even. But amazing job there from Surridge to remain calm and cool and collected. Monterrey, though, they're pushing forward. They got it just outside of Nashville's box. Great shot there from Monterrey, but it goes just outside of the net. Again, really great closing there from Mukhtar and Surridge. Absolutely just perfectly aware of their surroundings, their positioning, where each other were going to be. Mukhtar knew exactly where to place that ball. Surridge knew exactly where to place that ball. Great combination play there. Great way to take advantage of a mistake from Monterrey. There haven't been many. And the fact that that Nashville took advantage of it, hats off to Nashville. But again, I still think Monterrey have been the better team tonight, so I do expect them to still be on this scoreboard before the end of this game, and I still expect it really before the 75th minute. I do think they need to make some substitutes, though. There's got to be some tired legs there. Nashville is not necessarily a cool environment, so I do think substitutes are going to be warranted here fairly soon. Monterrey, though, they're still sticking to their game plan right now. They're still remaining calm, still remaining patient. They're not forcing anything. They're trying to still kind of do that combination play, spread out the Nashville defense. Godoy for Nashville does a really good job to win that ball. He pops it up and sends it over the top to avoid a corner kick. Great job there from Godoy. A little bit of flashiness, and it goes out for a Monterrey throw-in, but still, great flashiness there from Godoy. That's like the kind of stuff that you do when you're just kind of fucking around with your friends and you want to like embarrass one of them. Great job from Godoy. Another throw-in for Monterrey. Oh, I guess they don't seem to have a long thrower like some of the other teams do. Fafa keeps that ball despite a good challenge from Monterrey. Nashville's almost on the break. Oh, they got a yellow card from Monterrey for fouling Surridge as that ball had gone over the top, and it was going to be a 2-2 break. He did foul Surridge, and he pulls the yellow card for Monterrey. Now it's a free kick for Nashville at midfield for Guzman, number 4 for Monterrey, is the one that got that yellow card. Smart yellow. Very smart yellow card, though, because it would have been a 2-on-2, and honestly, he was probably going to be beat by Surridge's speed. Yeah, Surridge had him beat. Absolutely, Surridge had him beat. So that is a smart yellow card. Now Nashville trying to build out of the back. They are not nearly as good at that as Monterrey is, especially with the pressure that Monterrey is putting on the ball right now. Zimmerman sends it up to Shaq Moore. Does really well to control that. Very nice play there from Shaq Moore to send the Monterrey player forward while he turned directions. Great there. Godoy gets it over to Fafa. Nice change to the pitch of play from Fafa over to Shaq Moore, in for a header for I don't know who that was, but Monterrey gets it out. Now Monterrey may be on the break. Monterrey has a 3-against-2 right now going the other direction. What can they do with this? Pass inside, and fucking Zimmerman gets his boot in the way and deflects it. Zimmerman, man. Zimmerman is spot on when it comes to league play. Nashville sending it up front. Surridge tries to cross it over to the center of the pitch to Mukhtar, but he doesn't quite get it there. Now it's Monterrey ball. Now again, Monterrey are again on the attack. What can they do here? Can they do something a little more threatening? Good space on the right-hand side now for Monterrey. They get it back into the center. What can they do here? They got to do something threatening. Good space here. Oh, he should have shot that ball first touch, but he sends it back out to the right. Monterrey still building, trying to get across him, but they need to just take a shot. Nobody from Monterrey looks like they want to shoot right now. The one shot that somebody takes, they actually have some pressure on them. Monterrey had a number of opportunities there to just pull back and shoot, but they looked for a pass instead. They got to get clinical with that. They got to get that killer instinct. Ball ends up falling back to Godoy for Nashville, and Nashville are looking at moving it back the other direction. Monterrey have got to do one-touch shots. If somebody's passing the ball to you're right outside the box and you don't have somebody in front of you, shoot it. Don't even let the ball settle at your feet. As it's coming into you, shoot it. It's a one-touch shot. Now Nashville's moving forward the other direction. They cross it in. Oh, Fafa had a perfect opportunity, but he missed the shot. Nashville ball still inside of Monterrey's box. Goes outside to Shaq Moore. What can Shaq Moore do with it? Crosses it in, but it goes into Monterrey player. Doesn't make it far outside of the box, though, as they try to clear it, and finds its way back to Shaq Moore. He crosses it back in, and it's in for Nashville. Surridge with when it's offsides. Oh, Surge looked like he had number 2 on that one. Oh, that looked like a second goal there from Surge. Oh, that looked like a second goal there from Surge. Let's see this replay on this one. This game is opening up. Mukhtar's offsides. That's an offsides. Unlike the first goal that was called off, where the offsides didn't impact the keeper, that offsides did. That's not a goal, unfortunately. The first one at the beginning of the first half should have been a goal. That one, I think that's the right call to call that goal back. Mukhtar was offsides. He was right in front of the keeper, and he did impact how that goal went in. So that's the right call there to call that goal back. Sucks for Surge, though. He was about to have a brace, but it's the right call. That's the right call for sure. All right, ball back in play now. Monterrey have the ball. And you know they got to be a little bit jittery now. They've conceded one. They almost just conceded a second. You know they've got to be a little bit jittery, despite, honestly, in my opinion, being a more consistent team in this game. They're pushing forward. Jordy shoots and just over the top bar. He just missed. He just went over that crossbar. Jordy's looked good since he's come on at the half, though, for Monterrey. He's been very mobile. He's been very active. He's been a little bit liberal with his chances. He's just been he's taken a couple chances that he probably shouldn't have taken at the time. But he's looked pretty good for Monterrey since he's come on at the half. Now we got a couple substitutes coming on for Nashville as they try and kind of slow down the game. And McCarty is coming out for Nashville, the guy that looks like he's 20 and 50 at the same time. He's coming out now for Nashville, just kind of trying to slow the pace of the game down. Again, I still expect, though, Monterrey to get something back on this. They've been playing too consistent. They've had such good buildup. They've had some good opportunities. I just feel like they are due a goal with their run-up of play. But Nashville have been very, very solid defensively today. This is going to be a very exciting last 12 and a half minutes. Yes, Spacely? Now my pit bull's trying to come up and get some loving again. He knows the game's almost over. He can sense it sometimes. All right, Panico puts the ball back into play. Settles down for Monterrey. Now what can they do with this? They're still sticking to their game plan. They're still being very, very patient, trying to create that space by passing back and forth, trying to spread out the defense. What can they do here? They've got 12 minutes left. Ball goes out to that right-hand side. And again, right-hand side is just absolute joy for them right now. It goes into just outside of the box. Nashville cleared out. It still ends up falling to Monterrey, though. And again, Monterrey are continuing to build. Very, very solid play from Monterrey. But that defense right now for Nashville is it's a wall. It's an absolute wall from Nashville. Monterrey slowly moving forward. You get out here to this close side, this left side of the pitch for them. Cross in. Goes out for a corner, deflected by Shaq Moore. Again, Monterrey's buildup, very patient, smooth, consistent. They're building up for something. Corner comes in. Head goes in. Oh, and foul. Monterrey fouls Nashville. So it is a free kick for Nashville. We're coming up on the final 10 minutes of this game. Final 10 minutes of this game. What can Monterrey do here? Now, I will say, if If Nashville win this game, they are going to present a very interesting opponent for Miami, as Nashville have been, again, like a fucking brick wall on the back. How are Miami going to be able to break them apart? That's going to be really, really interesting to see if Nashville do make this. Again, Monterrey, they're still sticking to their game plan. And I like that they're still sticking with, they're not panicking, they're remaining patient. They know what they can do, they need to do, but Nashville win the ball back. And Mukhtar gets brutally fouled, but a ball comes out here to Shaq Moore on this close side, this right side, clear space. Oh, Shaq Moore sent it into the face of the defender for Monterrey, and it goes out for a corner. But another good opportunity there on the counter from Nashville. Yeah, Mukhtar got fucking just almost got laid out like Ramirez or Martinez did in the Miami game earlier today. And Fafa was coming up quick to close in on that cross. That was a crucial deflection there. A crucial deflection there. So I guess there was a yellow card for one of them, for Jordy, I guess, on Monterrey. I guess they were yelling and screaming at the ref for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why. Corner comes in from Nashville. Goes over towards Mukhtar at the far post, but Monterrey are able to kind of send it out. Mukhtar keeps it in play. Oh, strong challenge there from Monterrey, but they win the ball back cleanly, apparently. Now Monterrey are bombing up the right-hand side, but Fafa, with that pace, just closes it down and stops that counter immediately. Great job there from Fafa for Nashville at slowing down that Monterrey counterattack there. But again, Monterrey, they got the ball back. Now in Nashville's side of the pitch again. And they're slowing it back down again, kind of being patient still, looking to try and create that space, spread out those lanes. Comes over to Jordy at the center of the pitch. Passes it in. Shot in from Monterrey, and it goes out for a goal kick. Shoots it out wide. Some good buildup again from Monterrey. It's just that final touch. That final effort. It's just, it hasn't been there for them tonight. It just hasn't been there for them. It's a shame, too, because in general, they've looked the better team. Coming up on 7 minutes left in this game. 7 minutes left in this last semifinal for the Leagues Cup. Will it be Monterrey or will it be Nashville? I think right now, honestly, if the scoreboard was correct, right now we would be looking at a 2-1 scoreline. Nashville over Monterrey. Instead, it's 1-0 Nashville over Monterrey. Monterrey sends it in. I'm sorry, Nashville sends it in, rather. Falls to Monterrey, though, at the far side. They send it forward, trying to set free a counterattack, but man, Zimmerman again, showing that in league play, he's absolutely defender of the year. Monterrey get the ball back. They're pushing forward. There's some urgency now, it seems like, in their play. Into the center of the pitch, shot, and it looks like it's deflected out for a corner for Monterrey. Again, some really good play here from Monterrey. Great buildup from them. They just need that final touch. They need that player who's going to just step up and be like, you know what? Fuck you guys. I'm going to do it myself. And just put it in. Corner comes in, doesn't clear the first Nashville player. However, it falls to Monterrey's feet. Outside, they go to cross it in. It looks like it hits the Nashville dude in the nuts. Corner comes back in. Nashville send it out just out of the box. They take an errant shot at it, and it goes out for a Nashville goal kick. Oh wait, no, corner. Looks like it's a Monterrey corner. Okay. Interesting. Did not expect that. It looked like it was a goal kick, but okay. So Monterrey corner, they're putting it into the box now. Shaq Moore sends it out. Oh, and a perfect shot from Monterrey, but Panico for Nashville comes up strong, sends it over the goal, and it goes out for a corner. Jordy absolutely nailed that ball, but he hit it right at the keeper. Panico sends it over the net, and now it's out for another Monterrey corner kick. But that's got to be one of the best opportunities for Monterrey in the second half. Absolutely fantastic contact there. Nashville player ends up on the ground, so we're going to retake the corner kick. Corner comes in. It goes out. Mukhtar almost gets to that ball for a counter, but it does fall back to Monterrey. And again, Jordy's out there running around like a chicken with his head cut off. He's putting forward so much effort for Monterrey. He's doing all he can to bring Monterrey even in this game. I absolutely have to give credit to Jordy for Monterrey for his absolute effort and just like, we got to do this, guys. Like, he is out there. He's running all over the place. He's had a great opportunity there with that shot. He's been playing very, very well since he came on at the beginning of the second half. Nashville moving forward a little bit, though. Good combination play from Mukhtar and Shaq Moore there. Mukhtar wins a foul. Mukhtar wins a foul. It's a yellow card there for Monterrey. Looks like it's Meza who gets that yellow card from Monterrey. I don't know if it was a yellow card, but foul for sure. 100% for a foul. I wouldn't call it a yellow card. It may just be one of those things like, guys, calm down. Trying to kind of keep the game in line, trying to make sure it doesn't just get out of control here in the last 3 minutes of the game. Now Nashville's starting to do my least favorite thing in the game again. Starting to do a little bit of that gamesmanship, slowing down the game. I absolutely hate that. I absolutely hate that. I've seen too many teams do that and then end up losing because they wasted too much time and the other team comes back and scores. Ball sent forward by the Monterrey keeper. Now Monterrey is moving forward. They're in the box. Some good position here. But again, they try to pass it instead of just attacking the players in Nashville and trying to just take the players on one-on-one and get the goal themselves. They try to get a pass, and the pass isn't there. Now Shaq Moore right outside of Monterrey's box. Moving forward, he sends it to the other side. Tons and tons of space. Cross comes in from Nashville. The fog goes up for it, but Monterrey win it, and it's offsides for Nashville. But yeah, it's just they push forward. They get some good space, a couple of good opportunities, and then they pass it to somebody who is in the center of the pitch, but they're not open. They're passing it to somebody who isn't open in that last necessary pass, and it's screwing Monterrey over right now. We got a minute and a half left in regular time before stoppage time. Monterrey, they've had so many opportunities, but they've just made the wrong decision at the last moment. They keep pushing forward, though. Comes out here to this close side, this left side for Monterrey. Oh, Monterrey thought they won a free right outside of the box, but ref rules play on. Ends up getting sent all the way back to the Monterrey keeper for a potential counter, but didn't work out for Nashville. Now Monterrey have the ball again. They're pushing forward again. They got some good space on that far side. Oh, Monterrey almost had it that time. 2 passes. They finally made the right pass to somebody who was actually open on this close side of the box. He tapped it and almost curved that around the keeper, but the keeper gets a fingertip to it, goes out for a Monterrey corner kick, and they're just about to put it in. They do put it in. They put it in on the ground. Portillo shoots it in. Oh, he chips it over everybody, and he misses the far post by like this much. Ref says it took another deflection, though. I didn't see it from my angle, but it's another kick, corner kick here for Monterrey. So what's going to happen here? We just went into stoppage time. 6 minutes of stoppage time. Monterrey puts it in, and that is an awful corner kick. It goes straight to the first Nashville player, and now Nashville are on the break. It's Mukhtar, 1-against-1, and he is pushing forward. He's got Surge on the other side of the field. What's he going to do here? Cuts it inside. He tries to shoot it, and it's blocked up by Monterrey, kept in play by Monterrey, and now they've turned it around to go back the other way. What a fucking run of events. And now Monterrey are pushing forward. They know they got to do something now. They have to do something now. They send it back out to the right side. They've had so much joy on that right-hand side. Now they're sending it back over here to this left-hand side. They're moving forward a little bit. What are they going to do? They're pushing forward, right outside of the box. Cuts it toward the byline. He cuts it in for a cross. Oh, Zimmerman gets ahead to it. Falls just outside of the box to Monterrey. What can Monterrey do with it now? He's got two Nashville defenders on him. Godoy ends up getting the ball from him, and Monterrey fouls Godoy pretty fucking badly. Godoy goes down to the ground, and the Monterrey player saying no. That was a clear foul there from Monterrey. Good build-up from Monterrey. Really, really good play. Oh, it was Funes Moria, I think is how you pronounce the name, who almost had that goal for Monterrey. Literally, the ball hit like right here on the keeper. It's like a two-knuckle save. Monterrey may have just been knocked out of this tournament by two knuckles. Absolutely crazy. We got 4 minutes left in stoppage time. Four minutes left here. What can Monterrey do? Tons of space here on this close side of the pitch. The left side for Monterrey. They're moving forward. Not a lot of pressure here from Nashville. Not a lot of pressure at all, but they do intercept a pass. Doesn't go far. Monterrey end up holding on to it. Shaq Moore pushing hard to get pressure on this. Throw in for Monterrey. Monterrey trying to reset here, right here in midfield. They got virtually everybody pushed up into Nashville's side of the pitch. Again, they're coming over here to this left side. I think the right side they had more joy on, but they crossed it in from the right. Header in. Oh, and it goes out for a goal kick off Funes Moria, however you pronounce his name. Oh, man, he had a perfect opportunity there. That's two opportunities in a row that he has just barely missed. The shot barely blocked by the keeper, and then this one that goes out just wide by maybe a foot or two. And they are running out of time. Monterrey is running out of time right now. If they want to draw even, they've got less than 3 minutes in stoppage time to get this taken care of. They do win the ball from the goal kick, but it goes out for a Nashville throw-in. Goes out for a Nashville throw-in. And my least favorite thing of the game is now coming into play. I fucking hate this gamesmanship. Just throw the ball back in. Just throw it in. If you were the other way around, like nobody paid to come see this game to see you stand on the sidelines. He does get it in. Ball falls back to Monterrey, though, and they are pushing forward again. They've got numbers forward. No advantage, though, compared to Nashville's numbers. They cross it in. Doesn't make it past the first Nashville player. And now Nashville may be on the break here. They've got 3 against 2. But they know that they don't need to score anything here. They don't need to force anything. Mukhtar's moving forward. He tries to draw a foul. And I don't know how he successfully drew that foul. That was a weak foul. That wasn't, for me, that wasn't a foul. And now he's going to lay on the ground for another 2 minutes. fucking hate this portion of the game. I absolutely hate it. For me, this is not gamesmanship. Like, be a good sportsman. Like, don't just sit there and fucking waste time. Just move on with the game. I like Mukhtar as a player. I'm happy that an MLS team is going in, although I would have preferred Monterrey. I absolutely despise this gamesmanship, though. It is my least favorite thing about this game. Let me just sit here and fix my shin guard for another 25 seconds. It's annoying. It really is. I get why you do it. 100% I get why you do it. But it's fucking annoying. Throw in for Monterrey. Nashville tried to draw the foul so they could waste the last 30 seconds of the game. Throw in's taken quickly. It goes directly to their keeper, who basically sent it out to midfield for a 50-50 ball, which isn't going to work. Ball ends up falling to Fafa, and he's pushing forward now. And he's got plenty of space in the box, and it's in for Nashville. Fafa earns the goal in 95-50. 2-0 Nashville. 2-0 Nashville. That's it. And so it looks like we are going to be looking at a final now of Miami versus Nashville. I would have much rather have seen a Liga MX MLS final. But I do think that in this particular game, Monterrey they weren't clinical. They didn't have that killer instinct at the very moment that they needed it. They were great in the buildup. They were patient. They spread out the Nashville defense really well. But when it came to that last touch, they just didn't have somebody with that killer instinct tonight. I think that they probably should have gotten that penalty early on. I think it was in the second half. They should have probably gotten that penalty, but Nashville should have gotten the goal in the first half as well. So I think overall, this was a very well-played game, and I don't necessarily think that this scoreline reflects the evenness of this game. I think both teams played really well, but the difference came down to the fact that Nashville was solid as hell in the back. They were a brick wall in the back, and they had those players up front that had that killer instinct. Monterrey, they had their opportunities. They just didn't have anybody that was able to finish those opportunities. So, unfortunately, we are not going to have a Liga MX MLS final, but I do think the two best teams have made it. I think tonight, Nashville, they had a better, more solid back line, and they had those necessary players up front with that killer instinct. Something that Monterrey just didn't have. And I think overall, the refereeing in this game, he had a couple of very questionable moments, but I think that he had moments for both teams, and so they evened out. Like I said, I think that Nashville should have had that goal allowed for them in the first half that was called for offsides, and I think Monterrey should have gotten the penalty. Neither one were given. I think that's fair. If you don't give one, you shouldn't give the other. It evened it out. And I do think that overall, based on what I saw, this was the right call. So now for Leagues Cup, the inaugural Leagues Cup 2023, we are now looking at a Nashville versus Miami final. And this is going to be a crazy, crazy final. Nashville's defense, man, their back line has been solid. They have some really good attackers. So are Miami going to be able to break their back line? Are they going to be able to break through? Are they going to be able to score more than Nashville will? I don't know. It's going to be a very, very good game. I think, of course, Miami are going to score a couple of goals. I really do think that. Yet right now, you cannot stop Messi. And if you do stop Messi, there are enough players on Miami right now stepping up. I don't think they're going to be able to stop him from scoring a bunch of goals. However, Nashville have a number of very clinical, very killer instinct-filled players So I would not be surprised if we see something like a 4-3, a 5-3, something like that in the final. It's going to be a great game, even if it's not the Liga MX MLS matchup that I would have preferred. But this Leagues Cup, man, it's been a hell of a ride. This has been a great tournament so far. I'm ecstatic for this final. So, yeah, I've got to go to work tomorrow, though, so I'm going to go ahead and head out, everybody. I hope you have a great, safe evening, and until next time, bye-bye.